how-to really quick on how I'm doing jerky this year. Doing it a little differently than most people probably do. I don't run it in a smoker. I run a dehydrator. Just the way it comes out just is a lot better appealing to me. I like to actually taste the meat itself, the game. So what I do, I take the meat through a meat slicer and I slice it up fairly thin, about 1/8 of an inch thick there. Maybe a little thicker than that, but it's pretty thin. You can see through here. Some of them are thinner than the others. Some of them are a little thicker. Doesn't really matter to me. Anyways, what I do is I take and put a layer of meat just down one layer, and then sprinkle on some Lawry's garlic salt. Now this is mixed about 50-50 with white sugar. Get a sprinkling on, just not really a heavy coating, just enough to cover it, and then you lay another layer of meat on. And then you keep layering. Let it sit overnight in the fridge, and by the next day the meat's cured pretty well. What I do is I simply turn your water on, find a piece of meat that'll come up here. So here's one. You see the garlic, salt, and stuff on it. See all that? So what you do is just take and rinse it off in the water. Trying to film with one hand and do this with the other. So anyways, I'll just do one really quick. Put it on a thing of paper towels, and take another thing of paper towels and just pat it dry. Now you could add pepper at this point in time, which sometimes I do. This stuff I'm not doing, at least not yet. I think the next load I'll probably pepper all that, but just lay it in your dehydrator. It'll fit one more piece there, and then you just get them all stacked up. See, these are all ready to go back on. And I let them dehydrate for about 6 to 8 hours typically, and that seems to get them done pretty well. And what it accumulates to is this right here. I just pulled out, so well, fair amount of what I call meat chips or jerky. A little different, I don't know, it's just the way I like. I also did some salmon, and I was gonna run this stuff in the smoker after I got done drying it, but it actually dried out really good, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Did use a little too much salt on the salmon, so I've got to adjust that down a little bit. That stuff I marinated with soy sauce, brown sugar, and salt, and garlic salt. Don't need to add the extra salt. The garlic salt should be fine. So but other than that, being a little salty, everything's coming out pretty good. So kind of just playing with the dehydrators this year and doing it up, and realize that I like this jerky a whole lot better than the stuff that comes out of my smoker. So I'm gonna be getting the rest of this done before a trip. I'm leaving in a couple days to go film Dustin's hunt and go float down the river with him, and then I'll be back and we'll be chasing blacktails at that point in time. It is opening weekend of deer season here in Oregon. Been hearing a few shots, so good luck to those guys, and hopefully they connected on their shots. But yeah, other than that, I'm just sitting here cooking up one of our roosters, Kung Pao chicken. That was his name. So got that cooking, and I'm getting this up. I got 2 dehydrators, so not a lot obviously in each load. 4 or 5 pieces, you know, the big strips on each tray, maybe 6 at the most, but it gets done. I'll have all this done by tomorrow, and then I leave tomorrow night or early Tuesday morning. So that's a quick how-to on how I'm doing jerky this year. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated.